Have you ever thought about what becomes of aging semi-trucks after they've covered millions of miles? Do they simply vanish, or do they find a new purpose somewhere else? The answer may surprise you, and it actually varies between the US and Europe. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll see old trucks in a whole new light. Let's start with some numbers. In the US, a typical semi-truck covers around 100,000 to 150,000 miles annually. That's the equivalent of circling the globe 6 times every year. With regular maintenance, these trucks can last 15 to 20 years and travel between 1 and 2 million miles before they're considered too old for cross-country hauling. Some owner-operators who take exceptional care of their trucks even push past 3 million miles, showcasing their remarkable durability. In contrast, European trucks usually travel less due to shorter delivery routes and stricter regulations. On average, they cover about 60,000 to 90,000 miles per year and are typically retired after 12 to 15 years in favor of newer, more fuel-efficient models. But here's where things get interesting. Being retired from long-haul duty doesn't mean these trucks are finished. In the US, when a truck reaches the end of its service life, it often heads south. Many of them are sold to buyers in Mexico and Central America, where they continue working for another 10 to 15 years or even longer. Why? Emission standards tend to be looser there, and buying a used American truck is much cheaper than investing in a new one. These vehicles are often repainted, refurbished, and sent back to work on tough routes and demanding terrain, jobs too expensive for modern fleets to handle. In Europe, a similar trend exists, though the routes differ slightly. Older trucks from countries like Germany, Sweden, or the Netherlands are typically sold on to nations in Eastern Europe, like Poland or Lithuania. From there, some even make their way further to Africa, Pakistan, or Iran. In these regions, trucks that are obsolete in Western Europe gain a second life in agriculture, construction, and regional freight. In parts of Africa, for example, such trucks are prized for their reliability and can keep running for another 20 years or more with basic upkeep. Just like in Mexico, they're put to work in local fleets, small businesses, or short-haul transport for another decade or two. But what about when they're too worn out even for those markets? No truck lasts forever. Eventually, after millions of miles and decades of service, even the toughest rigs become impossible to repair. Still, that doesn't make them completely worthless. Many end up in salvage yards, where they're stripped for usable parts. Engines, transmissions, axles, and other components are refurbished and sold to keep other trucks running. Even tires, electrical systems, and cabs can find new uses, helping maintain newer vehicles. Some trucks are even repurposed as stationary power generators or for industrial uses. For most, though, the final stage is being crushed and recycled, with their metal reused in new vehicles, buildings, or even everyday products like drink cans. But not every old truck disappears. Some become classics. Certain models, especially rare or historically significant ones, are restored by collectors who want to preserve trucking heritage. In the US, old Peterbilts, Kenworths, and Macs are kept in immaculate condition and displayed at vintage truck shows. Some are fully restored and brought out for parades or special events, celebrating the golden era of trucking. In Europe, old Volvo, Scania, and Mercedes-Benz trucks are similarly valued, lovingly maintained for exhibitions and road events. These restored vehicles serve as a tribute to the evolution of trucking and the craftsmanship of the past. So while most old trucks end up in scrapyards, a lucky few get a second chance. Not as workhorses, but as icons of the road. Next time you see an old semi-truck, remember, it's likely been on an incredible journey across countries and decades, with millions of miles behind it. And it might still have years of life left, somewhere else in the world, or as a beautifully restored classic. What do you think? Should trucks be retired sooner for safety and environmental reasons, or kept running as long as possible? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other trucking stories. See you next time.